takes you into a completely different world, and I think that's so great to have. You know, I'm sure we're all busy and hustling and have stressful lives and 5 million things to deal with. It's just a normal part of life. So I think when you can come home and sort of escape into a different world, there's just something very special about that.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. First, I just
involved. I was very adamant about what happens to Kenzie, about every outfit, about every single piece. You know, whether it may be a shoelace that's not supposed to be in the right place or a safety pin. And I do have to thank our original costume designer, Ann Dixon, who really, truly helped us create this world. And the work that she did was absolutely amazing. And she taught me so much. And so when she departed the show, I sort of tried to keep all the special things that her and I did with Kenzie and make sure that it didn't go away. And then Kenzie went through an evolution, and I was very much, again, adamant that she kept growing and didn't stay the same, and you saw what happened. So thank you for liking it. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Karen, a happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
happy
Karen.
Birthday. There you are. All right, sorry. Next question.
What is that for Lost Girl?
I think in terms of like Kenzie, again, I always talk about her sacrificing herself and walking into the portal in that last moment when she looks back at Bo and sort of smiles before her ultimate death. I think that moment says so much. I think right when Hale dies and Bo comes back to the house and Kenzie and her have that interaction, I think that's an incredibly pivotal moment. I don't know. It's sort of I don't think I can sum it up in one. It's like sort of all these moments. All these moments are popping up in my mind.
I know, and it's tough over the course of 5 years.
Yeah.
But still, yeah.
You're making me think. Don't make
sorry,
me think
I know.
So hard.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get. We're cutting deep now.
Yeah.
Hi there.
That does absolutely incredible work that I've seen firsthand. Bullying is something that's very close to my heart because I was bullied when I was younger, and I just hate to see kids or young adults feel like they don't belong, and that school is rough and that they can't find a support system, and I just know what that feels like. So that's an organization I work with, and again, they do just phenomenal work. It's run by two parents, Kirk and Laura Smalley, who unfortunately lost their son Ty Smalley when he was extremely young due to bullying. And so yeah, it comes from a very real place, and I think that's what makes a difference when someone who's up there talking to whatever crowds or schools, someone that's experienced something firsthand, usually is very touching and very inspiring. And Kirk is just an incredible father and an incredible man, and I'm just very honored to work with them. Thank you for asking.
Have you had the opportunity to interact with some of the younger folks who have been positively influenced by your work?
Yeah, I mean, again, just bringing it back to Lost Girl, what's so wonderful about Kenzie is I think she has, without me even realizing it until I get to talk to you guys, and it still surprises me all the time. It's not something I can get used to, but the people who tell me how much Kenzie has been an inspiration. I mean, this is a girl who's sort of tested all the time, and she feels like she doesn't belong, even in a group of people who love and adore her, and she's just trying to find her own place. So I think for anyone who's just trying to find their own place in life and find their support system, I think Kenzie's been a source of support in that sense, and whenever I do hear that, it touches me very deeply. So.
Hello.
Well, you mentioned
Judo chop action maneuver. What would it be?
It would be like pulling out Geraldine. And she would be wearing red jeans with like the shoelace in the thigh. She would be wearing a corset and like a long sleeve shirt with like safety pins somewhere. And I think she'd have her like original like black hair, which I can't believe I had looking in the mirror at myself now, with like the green streak. I think like the predominant like Kenzie as we know her, like pre-portal Kenzie.
All right. See, now spread the word. Get McFarlane Toys on this or something.
And then how the show ended, it was sort of like a new journey for Kenzie. So creatively, character-wise speaking, I was happy, but it wasn't like a linear thing. It was like, okay, has everyone seen the show?
Yeah.
Okay, I died. I sacrificed myself, and to me that was sort of my ending. Everything else was just like a bonus. But her sacrificing herself, I think, was just a very big moment.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. So I'm going to bring us back to Orphan Black because I'm super excited for the season's launch. So I know you date Cosima in the show, but what's your favorite clone?
You're going to create like an interclone rivalry here.
I know.
I hope so.
It's like a Jerry Springer episode playing out.
You know what? I'd have to go with Rachel.
I feel like you could play Rachel.
What's that?
I feel like you could play Rachel with the hair and everything.
Oh, with my right, but that's why I like Rachel. I'm not are you telling me I'm super bitchy and creepy? Because I feel like we've had enough of that for one panel. There's something about just Tat in this role, and I just love to see her so like, just makes me happy. I don't know. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I was just trying not to fall asleep, frankly. No, just kidding. It was a great scene, and I was happy to have a scene so juicy. And luckily, I didn't get sliced with a razor blade, so that was a bonus.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When you developed a show that cultivated an audience and served them well, and I think even the finale, served them well, and that's not the same that can be said about some other shows out there. Was that something that were you really in tune with, and were you aware of as the show was continuing, and now that it's wrapped up, have you been getting the response from that community?
I think we've always had a wonderful response from that community, and I think at the end of the day, we're just trying to be a show that promotes non-judgment. So whatever that may be, it's just about love at the end of the day, whether you're an alien, a fae, a superhero, a normal person, whether you're black or white or gay or straight, it doesn't matter. It's just at the end of the day, it's about this pure thing, that's in our hearts and our minds. And that's what I love about Lost Girl, and I think that's what I can speak on behalf of the entire cast, that we're proud to be a part of something that was different in that sense, and that people could look to feel supported, and if they felt or feel isolated maybe in their lives, that they can watch Lost Girl and go, I can find myself in these shows, or find myself in this character or this relationship. And I think that's a beautiful thing when the thing you're working on is just inspiring people to be themselves. The fact that we're on this science fiction show that has touched people in a very deep way, I think that's a very cool thing, and it's something that we very much cherish.
And fun, though. That's the other nice thing about it, is that it was so often able to be fun and sexy and, raw at times without always having to be weighty about these issues.
Right.
Do you think that was a nice balance that was essentially struck within the
I think
narrative?
So.
Yeah.
I think it had a lot of different ingredients that made it what it was. And it's nice when you can laugh and then cry and then laugh again and then, feel deeply about something and then feel campy, and it sort of makes you feel so many different things. So absolutely, I agree with you.